Do you want to see the most watched movie of all time? Have you even heard of the most watched movie of all time? Last night I watched Sholay, a 3-hour, 24-minute movie from 1975 directed by Ramesh Sippy, starring Dharmendra and Amitabh Bachchan. If you take nothing else from this short, just know that it's an absolute masterpiece and you should go watch it immediately. But the truth is, my opening hook is a tricky question. No one really knows what the most watched movie of all time is. It's an impossible question with DVDs and streaming and lack of consistent record keeping. If we narrow it to just theaters though, Wikipedia suggests that it's Legend of the White Snake or one of 10 other movies, most of which don't have a lot of info on them. And then you have relatively modern smash hit American stuff like Titanic, Avengers Endgame, and Avatar, or classic smash hits like the original Star Wars, Gone with the Wind, E.T., The Ten Commandments, and The Sound of Music. Now, I don't know which is true. I think any of these movies are good candidates, but Sholay also has a claim. India is one of the great movie-loving and movie-producing countries in the world, and this is the most popular Indian movie of all time domestically. People loved it so much that it played at over 60 theaters across India for over 50 weeks straight when it first came out. Still a record. Also on Wiki, it says that its record of longest theatrical run at 5 years, 35 weeks was broken in 2001 by another movie, but I'm not sure if that's true. I first saw it as a freshman in college as part of a unit on Indian film, and the professor said that it had been actually continuously playing in at least some part of India on a weekly basis since it came out. This was in 2008. Like, there hadn't been a week that went by where you could not see Sholay in some part of India in theaters from 1975 to 2008. That's just so cool. So for me, I don't know if it's the most watched movie in theaters ever, but I think it has as justifiable a claim as any movie ever made. And it's also as deserving as any movie ever made. This movie's so good. It reminded me of how criminally underwatched I am on Bollywood movies and Indian movies in general. It really has everything you can want in a movie: action, romance, drama, comedy, suspense, friendship, revenge, everything. It's a true epic. My professor introduced the movie, and Bollywood movies in general, with the filmmaking philosophy that emerged in India due in part to three things. 1, there was a lot of poverty. 2, they just love movies. And 3, they were a unifying force due to their ability to connect with all cultures in incredibly diverse post-colonial India. And it's hard to understate how diverse India is. There are 22 languages recognized in the Constitution, and the 2001 census recorded 122 languages spoken by more than 10,000 people. So as my professor explained it, because of the poverty, a lot of the populace was only able to watch one movie a week, so they wanted their money's worth. And this meant that the movie had to have a bit of everything: action for the action heads, romance for the romance heads, drama for the drama heads, and so on. This gave rise to what's known as a masala film, which is a term in India for a spice mix. And these movies are so unique and cool and unlike anything you see, especially in America. You'll have an amazing musical number in one language, then the most surreal and heart-wrenching scene a few minutes later, and then incredible action stunts minutes after that. It's such a fascinating, cool, and unique form of movies. And so this movie has all of that, and it's just amazing. If you're watching this first, please hit like and follow, because I love this movie so much that I'm going to be doing a part 2 showcasing some of my favorite parts of the movie. Just from a craft and people coming together level, I love it so much. It's such a blending of influences in a way that feels so totally fresh. It's Indian cinema that was heavily inspired by Italian spaghetti westerns like Once Upon a Time in the West, which in turn were heavily inspired by American westerns like The Searchers. But it's also heavily inspired by the American Magnificent Seven, which was a remake of the Japanese The Seven Samurai. So it's just this incredible, and cool blending of global cinema, and well, I don't know, it's just one of the best movies ever made. Thanks for watching, and be on the lookout for more vids on Sholay soon.